Once upon a time, in a small village surrounded by hills and streams, there lived a beautiful girl named Amara. She was 21 years old, tall, with light skin that glowed like the morning sun, and eyes that sparkled like stars. Amara was kind and humble, but her life was not easy. She had lost her parents to live with her aunt, Neka. Neka was not a kind woman. She was jealous of Amara's beauty and good heart. She made Amara do all the house chores while she sat around doing nothing. Sweep the compound, fetch water, cook the food, and wash my clothes. Neka would shout from her chair under the mango tree. Amara worked all day without complaining. She swept the yard, carried heavy firewood, and cooked meals while Neka rested and gossiped with the neighbors. One evening, as the sun was setting, Neka called Amara. "Amara, take this pot and go to the village stream to fetch water," she said. Amara's eyes widened with fear. Everyone in the village knew the stream was dangerous after sunset. People told stories about masked creatures that came out at night to scare or hurt anyone who dared to go there. "But, Aunt Neka," Amara began to say, but Neka cut her off. "Are you questioning me?" Neka shouted angrily. Amara didn't argue. She picked up the clay pot and began walking to the stream. The path was dark, and the trees seemed to whisper in the wind. She was scared, but she knew she had to obey her aunt. When Amara reached the stream, the water shone under the moonlight. She knelt down to fill her pot, but suddenly, she heard a rustling sound in the bushes. "Who's there?" she asked, her voice shaking. Out of the shadows came strange creatures, but wore big, scary masks. They didn't speak but moved closer and closer, their masks tilting as they stared at her. Amara's hands trembled. One of the creatures raised a long stick and pointed it at her. "You should not be here," it said in a deep, growly voice. Amara tried to run, but her legs felt heavy. The creatures surrounded her, their strange laughter echoing in the night. Just as one of the creatures reached out to grab her, the stream suddenly bubbled and swirled. A bright light came from the water, and a beautiful woman appeared. She was dressed in flowing water, with pearls in her hair and a kind smile on her face. She was the river goddess. "Stop," the goddess commanded, her voice strong and powerful. The creatures froze, then slowly backed away, scared of her power. The goddess turned to Amara and said, "Do not be afraid, my child. You have a good heart, and no harm will come to you tonight." Amara knelt on the ground, tears streaming down her face. "Thank you, great goddess," she whispered. The goddess touched Amara's head gently and said, "Go home, but be careful. You are meant for great things, and no one can stop your destiny." With that, the goddess disappeared, and the stream became quiet again. Amara hurried back home with the pot of water. When Neka saw her, she was shocked. She had hoped something bad would happen to Amara. "You're back?" Neka asked, pretending to be surprised. "Yes, Aunt," Amara said softly. Though she didn't say anything, Amara knew in her heart that she was protected and that her life would soon change for the better. And so, Amara's story began to spread through the village, reaching the ears of a young prince named Chima, who was curious to meet the brave and beautiful girl from the stream.